Hello, my name is Rhonda Edwards. I'm an investigator with the Office of Equal Opportunity Programs. Welcome to Protecting the Rights of Students. This learning opportunity is being presented because sadly in recent days there have been an increasing number of Title IX violations at colleges and universities across America. Here at the University of South Carolina, we want all of our community members to be safe, protected from all forms of discrimination or acts of violence, and to become well acquainted with relevant campus sources. What is Title IX? It is not just a law that ensures equal numbers of athletic teams for women versus men. It is more than fair numbers of scholarships or opportunities for female athletes. Title IX of the Education Amendments of 1972 is the federal law that protects students, male and female, from unlawful harassment, including sexual harassment, in school programs or activities. So you see, Title IX prohibits discrimination based upon sex. Sexual violence, which constitutes harassment based upon one's sex, is any physical sexual act that is committed against a person's will or where a person is incapable of giving consent due to the victim's use of drugs or alcohol. A number of different acts fall into the category of sexual violence, including sexual assault, forcible and non-forcible, domestic violence, dating violence, stalking, and forcible and non-forcible sex offenses. They are all covered under Title IX. At the end of this presentation, a definition for each will be provided.
I'm Stephanie Hinton, Director, Sexual Assault and Violence Intervention and Prevention. Sexual violence can also be committed against you by someone with whom you are in a relationship. An intimate partner relationship does not automatically grant someone the right to have intercourse with you. Sexual assault or date rape can be committed by an intimate partner if consent is not granted for each individual act of intercourse. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, the rapist isn't always a masked stranger. Approximately 2/3 of all rapes were committed by someone known to the victim. 73% of the sexual assaults were perpetrated by a non-stranger. 38% of the rapists are a friend or an acquaintance. 28% are an intimate partner. 7% are a relative. 4 in 10 take place at the victim's residence. 2 in 10 take place at the residence of a friend, acquaintance, or relative. 1 in 12 take place in a parking garage. Let me encourage you to exercise caution and care on campus. If you need to travel at night, the university has an escort service. This service is available from Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. by calling 803-777-DUCK or 3825. 43% of rapes occur between 6 p.m. and midnight. 24% occur between midnight and 6 a.m. The other 33% take place between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. 1 in 5 college-age women are survivors of completed or attempted sexual assault. Approximately 6.1% of males are survivors of completed or attempted sexual assault during college. In 2009, college campuses reported nearly 3,300 forcible acts of sexual assault. Surprising? Yes, those numbers are alarming. That is precisely why the University of South Carolina takes very seriously its responsibility to protect its students, its faculty, and its staff. The Office of Equal Opportunity Programs was created at the University of South Carolina for this very reason. We work diligently to create and maintain a working environment for employees and a learning environment for our students that is free of discrimination, harassment, and sexual violence.
I'm Lisa Branham with the University of South Carolina Police Department. I'm a lieutenant over Investigation and Victim Services. If you or someone you know has experienced sexual harassment, sexual assault, other forms of sexual misconduct, or any form of legal discrimination for that matter, please contact one of the following resource officers immediately. If you or someone else experiences sexual assault on the weekends or after hours, please contact the Office of Sexual Assault and Violence Intervention immediately. An advocate is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The Office of Equal Opportunity Programs immediately at 803-777-3854. Sexual assault, sexual violence is a crime. It is a violation of Title IX regulations. It is a violation of campus policies, and it is also a violation of federal and state law. Help is available. You may also call the police. Contact the USC Police Department at 803-777-4215 or 911. By all means, report the assault. Reporting the assault is not the same as prosecuting. The decision to prosecute can be made later. If the assault occurred on campus, University Police should be notified at 803-777-4215 or 911. If the assault took place off campus, local law enforcement will handle the case. The police will take an initial report and can transport you to the hospital for medical attention if you choose this mode of transportation. An advocate can accompany you to the hospital. A law enforcement victim advocate, or LEVA, is available to assist you throughout the entire reporting and investigation process. Remember to avoid showering, bathing, douching, eating, drinking, or brushing your teeth so that evidence will not be disturbed. Clothing worn during the assault should be saved in a paper bag, and the location at which the assault took place should not be disturbed.
The Office of Sexual Assault and Violence Intervention and Prevention, SAVIP, is designed to assist you with navigating campus and community resources. Be aware, medical attention is important within 72 hours of an assault, regardless of whether you decide to file charges or not. Medical attention will determine the presence of physical injury, sexually transmitted infections or diseases, and pregnancy. You're encouraged to go to Palmetto Health Richland Emergency Room or call them at 803-434-7000 for the most appropriate care. You don't have to go alone. An advocate can accompany you to the exam. The hospital may also call Sexual Trauma Services of the Midlands. These are community advocates much like the SAVIP advocate from USC. If the assault occurred more than 72 hours ago, you should still report the assault to the police, applicable on-campus offices, and go to the medical center to check for internal injuries, sexually transmitted infections and diseases, or pregnancy. Remember, you should also seek emotional support and legal assistance. Advocates from SAVIP are available 24 hours a day to provide support, information, advocacy, and referrals. During normal business hours, call 803-777-8248 to reach an advocate. After normal business hours, call 803-777-4215 and ask for the SAVIP advocate on call. Confidential counseling is available through the USC Counseling and Human Development Center. They may be reached at 803-777-5223.
I am Dr. Carl R. Wells, the Assistant Director for the Office of Equal Opportunity Programs and the Deputy Title IX Coordinator. The Campus Sexual Violence Elimination Act, SAVE, signed into legislation in March of 2013 by President Obama, has given universities specific guidelines on how to respond to stalking, dating violence, and sexual assault. These include assurances that victims are notified about all of their rights and have access to all pertinent campus resources. The Title IX Coordinator. The Title IX Coordinator is a resource on this campus. All allegations of sexual assault, rape, or misconduct must be reported to the Title IX Coordinator. The Title IX Coordinator for the University of South Carolina is Bobby Gist, and he can be reached at 888-777-3854. In addition, the University of South Carolina can arrange to provide a no-contact order and alternate housing or class scheduling for anyone who has experienced or reported allegations of sexual assault in order to minimize the potential of contact with the offending party. In accordance with the Clery Campus Security Act, which mandates the reporting of crime statistics, Title IX, which prohibits sex discrimination, and Title VII, which prohibits employment discrimination based upon race, color, religion, sex, and national origin, campus officials are required to report illegal forms of discrimination and crime statistics. At the end of this session, we will provide information about how to report an incident of sexual assault. Confidential reporting. If you are the victim of sexual assault, sexual violence, or other forms of sexual misconduct, but want to report anonymously, please know that certain offices on the University of South Carolina's campus have been designated as confidential reporting resources. These offices are Student Health Services, the Counseling Center, and Sexual Assault and Intervention Programs. They can offer the option of confidential reporting. However, there may be special instances wherein the University of South Carolina cannot guarantee you complete confidentiality, such as in the case of a repeat offender, an extremely serious allegation, or if the respondent requests information that is releasable in accordance with FERPA regulations. I want to emphasize to persons who have experienced any form of sexual misconduct the importance of your cooperating with the investigative process. Your participation helps the University of South Carolina ensure that other students are protected and will not be violated in a similar manner.
Hello, my name is Corey Ingram. I work with the Office of Sexual Assault, Violence, Intervention, and Prevention here at the University of South Carolina. As a member of the University of South Carolina community, what would you do if you became a survivor, a witness, or knowledgeable of an incident of sexual assault or misconduct? Would you know how to respond? Are you familiar with the proper campus resources? Can you assist or support a friend, an acquaintance, or a fellow Carolinian in this situation? How can you help? There's an initiative here at the University of South Carolina titled Stand Up Carolina. Stand Up Carolina is USC's Bystander Accountability Program. The program is based on the fundamental principles of the bystander effect, which was established in the 1960s and has evolved over time, from being a bystander to an accountable bystander to an active bystander, which is a popular term used today. What is an active bystander? Simply put, it means when you see something happening, you do something about it. Stand Up Carolina seeks to create an environment which exemplifies the core values of responsibility and community as outlined in the Carolinian Creed. As a Carolinian, we have a responsibility to each other's well-being. How could or should you stand up when there's a need? First, react. Assess the situation. Recognize that there is something wrong. Next, identify the nature of the problem. Determine if it's an emergency. Then decide how to intervene. Determine if you are willing to take on the responsibility. We hope that you are willing. If so, decide the most appropriate approach. One possible approach is the direct approach. Ask others to help and/or intervene, or create a diversion. For example, you can actually ask the survivor, do you need some help? Is everything okay? Should I call the police? As a community, if we all join in to assist, the burden and responsibility associated with helping is lessened. Together, we can always accomplish more. Next, report. Help prevent, create, and eliminate sexual assault at the University of South Carolina. If you are aware of, a witness to, or a survivor of sexual assault, please report it promptly. Call the Office of Equal Opportunity Programs or Campus Police. Next, do the research. Become an expert on sexual assault. Review the University of South Carolina policy. Know the resources that are available for survivors of sexual assault. They are presented throughout this presentation. Reassure the survivor. Encourage the survivor to seek medical attention as soon as possible, as well as contact the Office of Equal Opportunity Programs. The campus police or the Office of Sexual Assault, Violence, Intervention, and Prevention for assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, with trained advocates to support all survivors. Be supportive of any survivor. There are 3 things that you should convey at all times. I believe you. This is not your fault. You are not alone. Next, seek counsel. Encourage the survivor to seek counseling. As a bystander, counseling is also available for you. The contact information for the Counseling Center has already been provided. The SAVIP advocate can walk anyone through the process of accessing all available campus resources. And finally, inform. If you are a witness, if you see it, if it happens to you, or you become knowledgeable of an incident of harassment or assault, please report. We encourage you to immediately report. In some cases, the victim may want to remain anonymous. This is his or her right. You can also make a John Doe or Jane Doe report, providing basic details without identifying the survivor. But by all means, report the incident.
I'm Kevin Shepard, an investigator with the Office of Equal Opportunity Programs. What about retaliation? The fear of retaliation often causes victims to not report. Title IX, however, prohibits retaliation against an individual who, in good faith, asserts his or her rights by reporting the incident. Retaliation in any form is a violation of the University of South Carolina's policies and procedures. Appropriate sanctions and disciplinary actions shall be taken against any person who has been found to have violated this policy. Finally, who can file and how do you file a complaint? Any student, faculty, or staff who has witnessed or been informed or has personally experienced illegal discrimination based upon the protected classes of color, race, national origin, sex, age, sexual orientation, religion, disability, genetics, veteran status, or if you have experienced sexual assault, may file a complaint with the Office of Equal Opportunity Programs. What about the timeliness of complaints? A complaint must be filed within 180 calendar days of the date of the alleged discrimination. Be aware, however, that there is no statute of limitations in regard to sexual assault. Members of the university community wishing to file a complaint may do so by visiting the Office of Equal Opportunity Programs in person or by 1, completing an online complaint form, which may be found on our website, 2, sending mail or facsimile, 3, by sending an email, or 4, by calling area code 803-777-3854. Additional information about what to include in the complaint and where to send it can be found on our website, which is located at www.sc.edu/EOP/students.html. Finally, I want to thank you for your role in ensuring that we have a safe and supportive environment for our students and working environment for our employees at the University of South Carolina.